Hey everybody, it's GauntletX, and welcome back to another premiere draft of Duskmourn House of Horror. We are still in Alchemy Week, so we got another one of these drafts today, where one card out of every pack has been swapped out for an Alchemy card. So without further ado, let's just grab the Alchemy card in the pack. It seems pretty decent, seems pretty fun. So this is a 2 mana room to give your whole board +1/+0, and then you can also spend 2 mana to conjure a duplicate of the entire card into your hand and give a creature first strike till end of turn. So the idea here is if you ever need a mana sink in the late game, you just dump all your mana into this and you can just keep playing infinite solitary studies and making all your creatures super, super massive. So really fun, really cool idea for a card. So I'm going to roll with that here. Although strictly trying to win, I would not be surprised if Gremlin Tamer is just powerful and consistent enough to take that over the solitary study, because the study is going to take you a lot of mana before it starts doing anything super duper scary. The Gremlin Tamer, part of what's so powerful about it is it's spitting out an army of gremlins just as you're playing the game naturally. You don't have to dump anything extra into the Tamer itself. Pick 2, this is a wonderful pack, but we'll take the excellent rare here. Chainsaw. 2 mana, 3 damage to a creature is on par with just great removal like Scorching Dragonfire. This one, of course, is only sorcery speed, so it's technically a little worse than Dragonfire up front, but leaving behind an equipment that just becomes more and more deadly the longer the game goes on is absurd. Very happy to take Chainsaw here as the strongest card in the pack, but again, it's a super strong pack. Scorching Dragonfire, Fear of Burning Alive, I love Skin Ripper in the Rakdos deck, just all kinds of beautiful stuff there. Pick 3, Welcome to the Darkness. This is a really fun alchemy card. I want to play that pretty bad. It might not be the best idea, it might not be the best card, but I feel like, I don't know, the potential there is huge. Can't gain life for the rest of the game, but instant speed, spend like 6 mana, get a 5/5 flyer, draw 5 cards, go to 5 life is the scary part. But man, can that win a game out of nowhere. I'm going to take this thing. When in Alchemy, play the Alchemy cards, and that is a sick one. Pick number 4, there's a Scorching Dragonfire to go with our Chainsaw. There's alternatively a Trapped in the Screen to go with our Solitary Study. And ideally, if we're playing a white deck, those tend to be pretty aggressive and not the most splashy decks. So going like Boros here and splashing in a Welcome to the Darkness does not seem like a great spot to be. And, when in Alchemy, I'd like to lean towards the Alchemy cards here. Take the Trapped in the Screen. I feel like I also like winning. I do also like winning. If I take a white card, we can also take Scavenger towards blue-white, and that'd be really strong. But I think Chainsaw is quite a bit stronger than Solitary Study on average, because you just get so much out of it on the instant cast. So it's probably better to take Dragonfire to go with Chainsaw than it is to take Trapped in the Screen to go with Study, and then have Black-Red be the potential core to the deck. Again, I don't know that we're going to do all 3 of these because I don't love doing a lot of splashing unless I'm in green. I don't know. We'll see. That was an interesting pick for sure. There were 3 really good options between the +1/+1 counter thing, the white removal spell, and the red removal spell. Pick 5, no good red, no good black, really. Fear of Lost Teeth could be okay in Rakdos, but I think the best cards are in white. Patched Plaything plays really well with equipment like Chainsaw, plays really well with Solitary Study as well. I think Plaything looks pretty legitimate here, but Jump Scare is a solid trick, Seize from Slumber is a solid removal spell. But I like the combos we have going for the Plaything already. If we're Boros. Pick 6, there's a Cheerleader for Boros, there's a Final Vengeance for Rakdos. Cheerleader's a little more replaceable than Final Vengeance, I would say. We're going to need critical mass of strong, just decent like 2 mana creatures if we end up in Boros, but we're still early enough to be a little more speculative, and Final Vengeance is the kind of thing where we definitely need a few copies in Rakdos. Cheerleader, it's like it could be any other 2 mana creature and I would still be fine. Here's a Glimmerlight. This is going to fit really well into Boros or Rakdos or Orzhov, thanks to its colorless cost. So we take the Glimmerlight really high here over the Ragged Playmate, which would just be Boros or Rakdos. This could work in Orzhov as well if that is the spot to be. Happy to see that. Flexible pickup. Pick 8's a pretty empty pack. All these cards are pretty weak. What is the most likely to get ran as decent filler? I don't know, honestly. One of these white creatures is a leech. I'm not very high on the land cyclers, so like Cold Healer or Leech, but I also don't like those. This would be an incredibly speculative dual land here, because we're already 3 colors in, so we're really likely to just be a combination of these two. We're probably not anywhere near blue. Yeah, I'll just take like a leech here. It is whatever. Pick 9. Another very filler pick. Razorkin, Living Phone, or Let's Play a Game. Rakdos can be pretty decent at Delirium. I'll take the Let's Play a Game. If that ends up being the thing. Here's the Cheerleader. Keys to the House is also fine. It's fixing for any deck, but it's only really going to be decent fixing if you care about Delirium, you care about putting artifacts in your graveyard. I guess it is a lot more flexible though, so I'll take the keys. Alright, so I'm not really going to count this Balemerc Leech as a card towards black, or even the Let's Play a Game. I think it's a late enough pickup and not that strong that it's like... We're basically 2 good cards deep into every one of these colors right now. So, still really open to whatever powerful rare mythic we open up in pack 2. Or even uncommon. Some of these alchemy uncommons are insane. Okay. Well, we're not open up to a green-blue. Those are the 2 colors I haven't drafted. So that's tragic. Sorry, Zimone. We've got an excellent black removal spell. We've got a good Rakdos card. Draining our opponent for life off of our sacks. Got a great blue-white card, but I'm not a card deep into blue yet. We just take the excellent black removal spell, right? Grab the Nowhere to Run. Now we're definitely in black. So we can put all this filler into the deck for now. And keep the 2 white cards, the 2 red cards to the side. Try to find out where we want to stand over there. Start sorting my mana curve here. Okay, so here's my creature curve. 2 2-drop creatures and then 1 X mana. And then these are all non-creatures. Okay, pack 2, pick 2. Incredibly cool blue alchemy mythic. God, I want to play this card so bad, but that is not for today's deck. Impending Force. So for 4 mana, you can play this. When it enters, you seek a non-land card, and when you seek it, you conjure a duplicate of each of those cards into your hand and then manifest the duplicates. So you seek a random card from your deck and manifest it onto the board. That's so cool. Such a cool card. But yeah, we're not doing that here. Probably just get to dive headfirst into Rakdos now off of Disturbing Mirth. Our color pair has been chosen. Disturbing Mirth is an incredible uncommon. As long as you have decent ways to sack it, which we can definitely find in the color pair. Yep. Surgical Suite Hospital Room is decent as well. We could go for that, but I don't find Orzhov to be a super consistent, super good color pair. Rakdos, on the other hand, is wonderful. So now there's Betrayer's Bargain versus Innocuous Rat. Normally this would be the easiest Betrayer's Bargain ever, but we're doing so well on removal, we might just need more cheap creatures here. We have Final Vengeance, Nowhere to Run, Chainsaw, and Scorching Dragonfire. That said, I think Bargain is like the literal perfect removal spell for the deck, so I'm still going to take it. But future picks, I could see having to just take the Rat here because we're so low on creatures. For now, we're like super control Rakdos, interestingly. Yeah, this creature really sucks. This creature really sucks. So we're on Replicating Terror. Pretty fun removal spell. It's going to help us hit Delirium because we're going to get their creature into our graveyard. And if we manage to draft some Reanimation, we can reanimate their own creature against them, which is also pretty fun. Okay, these creatures as well, quite filler, so Final Vengeance it is. Kind of wish I took that Innocuous Rat at this point, because the next 2 picks were also good removal spells. There we go. I can take the Innocuous Rat now. We need that real badly. I'm still looking for 2-drop creatures. That's a great one to sacrifice. I think it's better in this deck than Machete is. Certainly better than Let's Play a Game. I doubt we're even going to have room for the first when I have this much just premium removal instead, taking up the non-creature slots. Let's get Innocuous Rat in here. Trial of Agony definitely doesn't have room. Pick 7 House Meld is insane. This card's really, really good. You get to exile your opponent's best creature, and then you put it onto your board as an enchantment. So it's not a creature anymore, it's just an enchantment. But if you use that on any creature with a good ability, you're going to have its abilities on your board. Like when it enters, draw a card or something like that. I guess we're just on Fear of the Dark because I really don't need removal. Especially not removal like Trial of Agony. Where it's like only really good removal in a really aggressive deck. We are not aggressive at all. Okay, I like the Ticket Booth Tunnel of Hate a lot in this deck, similar to the Innocuous Rat. Gives you a creature to sack. Gives you an enchantment to sack and a creature at the same time. I'm going to take that over the Cynical Loner, although that can also do stuff in the archetype. Alright, well, if I need 2-drops, I have infinite copies of Balemark Leech, so there's that. Well, this is our deck. 23 cards. Final pack can entirely go towards improving it. And improving this deck at this point just means getting better creatures for the most part. And cutting some of the non-removal spells. If we stuck Orzhov, this would have been very cute. Permanent from non-aura, non-creature permanents in your graveyard. Okay. This can't possibly be a good idea, but technically you can do this with Keys to the House, Found Footage, Disturbing Mirth, Derelict Attic if you sacrifice it, Ticket Booth if you sacrifice it. Alright. I'm drafting every piece of fixing that I see, and we're going to see if we can put all of our white alchemy cards into this deck as well. Ooh, this pack's good. It's a good thing my removal is incredible, so I don't have to take the Dragonfire here because Stick Twister and Horde Caller are beautiful. Horde Caller, excellent at the top end, but Stick Twister, if you've got that Delirium, ridiculously good little ability there. Love both of these. It's kind of hard to have to pick between them because there's no way either of them comes back. They're both such high picks in their respective colors. Our 2-drops are so bad that I don't want to just sit here and be like, well, I have enough 2-drops. I can just take the good 5. I think Stick Twister is genuinely just as good as Horde Caller. I'm going to go for that there. Okay. Pack 3, pick 3. These creatures kind of suck. I'll get the fixing into the deck. That'll make it easier to put more planes in now that we've got one of our lands being both a swamp and a mountain. Pick 4. Another Ticket Booth. Sure, not much in that pack. I'd like to cut these as well if I can. Here's another Innocuous Rat. That's beautiful. Come on, white fixing, white fixing. Another Betrayer's Bargain, I guess. Gives me another way to sack my stuff. I'm definitely looking for with the Lookout. Come on. You can do it, drafters. Give me all of the white dual lands. Oh, there's just none. There's just none. I have 1 keys. Well, shoot. I'm not even playing any of this stuff. Let's just see if I don't have... I've got a full playset everything. You can hold down the Alt key on PC during the draft to see how much you have of everything. If you're drafting for collection purposes. Dang it. Yeah, and then we didn't wheel the Terramorphic. That's to be expected, though, because literally anybody can use Terramorphic to fix. Tragic. Man, yeah, if we took more fixing towards white earlier, doing this lookout thing could have been pretty consistent and pretty fun. But it looks like our deck's going to be plenty powerful just in Rakdos. It's just a super control deck trying to draw into Welcome the Darkness. Went off of that, I guess. Phantom's actually playable in here. Just never going to pick that card highly. I guess Lookout works with Bear Trap. One mana for a 2/1 with Flash. Okay. I think our white fixing is bad enough that I'm only going to play the Lookout. I'm not going to splash any other white card. And I'm just going to run like 2 planes in here. And just like, if we have it, we have it. There's cute little combos for it. Just all the random rooms that we sacrifice can get recast, mainly. And if we don't have it, we don't have it, whatever. But that way I get to play a little bit more alchemy nonsense, and that can be fun. Okay, I don't think I need to run like Bear Trap and Found Footage just because they work with the Lookout, when I already am just sacrificing rooms to Final Vengeances and to Betrayer's Bargains. And that works. And if I sack a Nowhere to run to something, I can also replay that with Lookout. I think there's enough going on with Lookout without playing these cards that don't really do anything without it. Super low on win conditions here, but hey. This is the full control Rakdos build. 3 Fear of Lost Teeth feels like a lot. Honestly, we don't need to be that high on mana either. We just need the keys for fixing. So this is like 18 lands here. Yeah, 17 plus keys. So I can cut a land for sure. Looks like a red source. The cut. One last cut. Maybe double Attic is not necessary. We can just play like one of them. Triple Vengeance. Yeah, this much removal. Just go 2 Vengeance. And call it a deck here. All right, here we are on the play for game 1, and this opening hand makes it look like we drafted creatures. So I will definitely keep it. Rakdos Mirror Match. Hello, Ticket Booth. Pretty cool. I guess we wait on the Mirth then. I have plenty to play right now. We don't need to play the card draw till later. And this way we can sack something that has a better death trigger than just 1 damage. There's the Welcome to Darkness. That's our win condition right there. Just play that during their end step and then surprise kill them with like a flyer. Exile removal on the rats. Rude. Alright. Ticket Booth, top deck a land, play Rat plus Mirth. Live in Magical Christmas Land. That's the plan. My tutu has been murdered. Chainsaw. And I want to draw the card pretty bad. Goodbye, Tunnel of Hate. Because I want to hit my land drops on curve. Perfect. Two 5. He's thick. Luckily, top deck exactly 5 damage removal. Manifest. We're vibing. Maybe shouldn't have played the land so I can play around. Let's play a game. They want to make me discard 2. That's actually kind of rude here. I'd rather lose a 2/2 than a Scorching Dragonfire here. Commune with Evil. Put the best card in the top 4 into their hand, and they gain 3. This is the awkwardest mirror match, too, because it looks like we're both on more controlling versions of Rakdos as well. Just lots of removal, some more chunky stuff than really aggressive creatures. Yeah, tons of removal. They build a nowhere to run there. So it's going to be a long one here. Ticket booth, sure. Happy to have the Dragonfire that we kept. We do have some Nombos with our Chainsaw. We actually have a lot of exile removal in this deck, which is tragic for the Chainsaw. Just get to watch all these creatures not dying. They have the White Splash too? They're us but better? They took a Terramorphic Expanse that we should have had? Ooh, Undead Sprinter. Pretty happy to exile that. I mean, now that they're down to 10, if they have like a discard 2, I'll just cast Welcome to Darkness and go to 5. But I'm not going to cast it till I like have to here. Ooh. Welcome to the board. Get off of my board. What are you doing here? Boop, boop. They're down to 7. MVS. There goes every attack. We're done. It's over. The Soul Shredder has arrived. Similar to Chainsaw. It's like a vehicle version of Chainsaw, but it doesn't kill something. But it gets bigger and bigger and bigger when creatures die. Even if it's in the graveyard, it gets bigger when creatures die. Well, so much for attacks. Well, we're going to make a 7/7 flyer in their end step and see if they can kill a 7/7 flyer. If they can't, they're dead. If they can, I'll be at 7 life, but I will also have 7 cards in hand. All right, well, I'm going to take that damage before I make my life total 7. Pretty happy that that got out of the way here. Oh, they're also tapped out, so they are just dead to the flyer for sure. Sick. Welcome to Darkness gets 1 point. I am sure we will die to Welcome to Darkness in one of these games, but this game, it wins us the game. And there's the concession from our opponent. Start things off 1-0, heading into Game 2. Game 2, Triple Mountain, 4 Black Spell, Mulligan. Big yikes. Guess we keep this. We know where to run their first threat and Final Vengeance. The second one, I can sack the nowhere to run to the Vengeance, but straws are bad. Capital B. Ooh. I don't know why I'm so excited about this, because we didn't end up with any graveyard recursion, so this is just like make them sack a thing. So that is when it attacks, they get a copy of it into their hand, so we want to kill it before it can attack. I guess I'm just gonna know where to run it so that I have the permanents on board to the Final Vengeance if I need to Final Vengeance. Oh, it does get to sit there. So they cast an instant or sorcery, their otters and enchantments get +1/+1. So they still get that ability, but doesn't really do much. Alright, they kept the two-lander. Alright, everybody's hand sucks. Time to stare at each other for a few turns. Till somebody draws something. Ooh, they have to discard a hand size? You love to see that. And there we go, we drew something. Gross. We have drawn all 2 planes in the deck before a mountain, but our opponent hates their life more. 2-0 heading into game 3. All right, here we are on the play for game 3. We've got our Derelict Attic to sack to our final vengeance. So we've got a draw 2, we've got a removal spell. If we ever find the white source, we can replay the Attic as a creature later, which should be pretty beautiful. Ooh, and now we've got the Mirth too. So now we're going to Mirth the Attic away probably, and then Vengeance the Mirth. Percussionist, hello there. Get jabbed for 1. I could make a 1/1. If I want to make the most bold statement in the universe, but then also definitely lose the game, I could make a 1/1 demon and then trade it off. And then I'm at 1 life and cannot gain life. Okay. So set up the Attic to sack to the Vengeance, I believe. This also gets our card draw going here to make it more likely we hit our land on turn next turn, and there it is. Ooh, wow. All right, if I can survive their aggressive start, this hand is really good for the long game. Welcome to the Darkness, if they're aggressive enough, might even become our life gain. If they get us down to like 2 or 3 by the end of things. Okay, we're fine. They're just gonna Mirth here. Beautiful. Another mirror match, it's Mardu again. Arena. What's going on here? Play against like no Rakdos yesterday when I'm playing green-red aggro, and then today everyone's Mardu, huh? What's that about? Well, I want some good rooms in my graveyard for my Lookout, so I'm almost feeling like Mirthing the Attic away and just playing a rat here is the play. Oh wait, I don't have double black. Yeah, I should have played Mirth before I did anything else, and then seen what lands I drew, and if I drew another black source, I could double spell here. I guess since I can't double spell now, we just like play the ticket booth, right? Probably. Enduring Courage will exile that. Okay, now I have the mana, so I can Mirth, and I want to sack the Mirth, so I replay Mirth with Lookout later. Actually, sack the Ticket Booth, that'd be the better one to replay sooner, because I'm going to be drawing so many cards here anyway. I'd rather get another 2/2 than draw more cards. Glimmerlight was a great draw. It's perfect mana here. This Lookout's gonna be so sick here. It does say you may cast a permanent. During each of your turns, you may cast a permanent. So I think I can only do 1 per turn. But it's still gonna be awesome. Especially if they can't kill it the turn after I use it. Okay, definitely chainsaw time. Should do it like this. Doesn't even look like I need to do this rat stuff to be winning right now. Our deck is just popping off. Yep, Lookout, Mirth, refuel, have a 2/1 Mirth on the board. Seems like a really good turn. Oh, they spent the Dragonfire before we played the Lookout. Let's go. Here we go. Here's Lookout, and here's a 2/1 Mirth. Sacking the attic here. Beautiful. And then I could sack the Mirth again and then replay the Mirth. Right, like sack the Mirth to the bargain, replay the Mirth specifically again. Oh god, that's so cool. Oh wait, no, it's perpetually a creature. Never mind. Yeah, because it's an alchemy card and it's perpetually a creature, I couldn't do that because I can't replay creatures with the mouse. And they killed the mouse. So much for that. But we've still got our excellent alchemy mythic to win the game as well here. We also have Tunnel of Hate plus Chainsaw for just 1,000,000 damage. So that's a thing too. Yeah, let's just slap the equipment onto the board here. Get a bunch of damage in. And play a ticket booth this turn, I feel. And then next turn we can just Tunnel of Hate, get the kill. If they don't pretty much board wipe here, because we can kill all their blockers. Our deck is loaded with removal. Borrow the Mirth. So that when they sack it, they get to manifest. Try to have some blockers to not die on the crackback. Glassworks. They just shoot it while it's on their board. So they kill one of our creatures and get a 2/2. No. Ooh, do they have Glassworks and like Final Vengeance here? For the 1-mana removal? Nope. Concession from our opponent, and we are, what, 3-0? We 3-0 or 2-0? I don't know, but this deck is doing some really sweet things so far. Getting to do the mouse shenanigans that game was super, super fun. So we'll see if we can't keep it up. We are indeed 3-0 heading into game number 4. All right, here we are on the play. Definitely need our Derelict Attic to help find mana for us. But it's a keep. We have Fear of Lost Teeth, we've got an early removal spell, and any land in the deck is going to let the Attic do some digging to find the mana we need for these red spells. Another red deck. Is it Rakdos again? What's this about, Arena? You better show me like a forest or an island here. Alright, good. It's a different deck. Not that it matters, we have been handling the Rakdos mirrors. Hey, that's a good draw. Can keep committing to the board. Glassworks, my 2/2, you got it. That is a deal for me. Okay, welcome to Darkness's sketch here. Perfect. Hello, land. We're definitely on defense now. Alright, both of these are big enough to block and kill Wickerfolk now. They have to kill both of them to attack in. Okay, so they start ramping up, playing the long game. Nice. Hello, Chainsaw. Don't mind that to kill the face down before they can flip it, but for mana efficiency, it's going to be better to Mirth than nowhere to run if I don't hit a red source. If I Mirth and then hit a red source, we'll definitely Chainsaw. But we need to Mirth here to try to draw a land for the turn. Tunnel of Ruin with a flyer is going to be massive damage, and that'll really come out of nowhere, right? Like, we play this during their end step, goes to our turn, unlock Tunnel of Hate, go crazy. So I'm going to keep the Tunnel of Hate as an option. We didn't hit a red source, so we're going to have to just use our instant speed removal sorcery speed to play it safe. Around this face down being actually big. So otherwise they can flip it up in response. Oh, that's so good for me. Lucky kill there. Ooh, just play the Tunnel of Hate straight up? Sure. They don't have trample yet, which is good. But we're going to have to just chainsaw the Wicker Folk now. Got Rat up as a blocker. Under the Skin. Alright, that's pretty great here. Picks up their rare if they want. Oh, but the Wicker Folk has Trample now. Gross. It's got the Delirium. Or does it only have Delirium because it's an artifact? Nope, they've got Delirium. Enchantment, creature, sorcery, land. Nasty. Alright. That sucks. We're about to take 8 now. Well, I was right before. Welcome to Darkness is going to be life gain if they don't have a combat trick. If they have a combat trick, we're dead. The +3/+0. Even if I block, I only have 1 toughness here. Yeah, that Under the Skin. Fill the grave for the Delirium, plus pick up the Wicker Folk. Could be deadly here. Yeah. Beatdown puts us to 1. But technically not quite dead yet. My lord. It's better to go to 1 and manifest a 2/2. Or sorry, go to 2 and manifest a 2/2, or just go to 1. Better to go to 2, because they're going to unlock a Shattered Yard. If I go to 2, at least I have 2 turns against the Shattered Yard. So, oh my god. I need another red source so I can play the Phantom and sack the Phantom to bargain here to kill both their creatures. Top deck mountain. Top deck mountain. No. Oh, that's so bad for me. Okay. Oh, I'm like so locked in with another mountain because we play the Phantom, sack Phantom to bargain, kill Wicker Folk and the face down. And then it's just going to be Welcome to Darkness and a Tunnel of Hate for the kill. I mean, I still have to bargain Wicker Folk, and it's better while they're tapped out. It's pretty interesting. This basically, it's gotta be just a 2/2 or I'm gonna have a terrible time. I think I have to equip Glimmerlight here rather than like Welcome to Darkness for 2. By equipping Glimmerlight, if this isn't a creature, if they did just hit a land on that, I can block it with a single 3/3 and trade. But yeah, next turn I have to really, really hope we hit a land, play a land, Welcome to Darkness in response to the Shattered Yard trigger in their next end step. That do a lot of things here. Centipede is not one of the things I'm dead to, but it is really bad for me. Unlock the Shattered Yard. Please unlock the Shattered Yard. Okay. Their best place to unlock Shattered Yards. They didn't have another creature there. Come on, basic land, basic land, basic land, basic land, basic land, basic land, basic land. Actually, even that's not good enough at this point. Because I have to chump with the flyer that I make. Yeah, god dang it. We were straight up just that one mountain off here. Because I can't even Welcome to Darkness now because I need to kill the Centipede. Or else I'm just chumping with the Welcome to Darkness. I mean, I can do it. I'll have to do it, but I guess it's a trade, not a chump, but still. Man, that sucks. Hey. I can't gain life. So the life gain part of Let's Play game does not matter. Stick Twister certainly. Oh wait, no. Stick Twister also doesn't gain life. None of my cards gain life. So I'm on a 5-turn clock for the Shattered Yard, and I have to kill every creature they play immediately. Which is not possible off of this hand. There's somehow no removal in the top 5. Play a lot of creatures, though. No sacrifice abilities either. Can make them discard their 1 card in hand. Okay, well, Phantom... If that can't flip up, Phantom can block and kill that. I guess even without life gain, Stick Twister is still using its Delirium ability to shoot my opponent for 2. I guess it is damage equal to its power, so I could put the Glimmerlight on it to do 3. But I think Glimmerlight's going to be safer on Phantom here because we need to be just fully turtled up. I don't know, this could be wrong too, because now if they can kill the Phantom and exile it specifically, then they can just force a chump with Stick Twister, whereas if I equipped onto Stick Twister, it'd be a trade instead of just a chump. 2 damage, so goodbye Stick Twister. Gross. Chainsaw Phantom goes kind of hard. Chainsaw Phantom Tunnel of Hate would force a chump on the other side of the board now. They have no cards in hand. We could still get there. That would be incredible. Our draw 5 was massive here. Draw 5, get a 5/5 flyer, go to 5 life. Sure. Trade, shoot the face. If they surveil to the top, okay. Yeah, if they surveil to the top, Feels like haste. I guess I don't have any haste of my own, so no matter how I play, I'm playing around them playing a haster. Into any target, you gain 1. Chainsaw, even without double strike's gonna be a lethal hit by the time we play it. Glimmerlight up to 2/2. Have a 3 toughness. So I put a 3/3 against their 2/2 hasty attacker if it's like a hasty manifest or something. Yeah, I don't know where it's better to put the Glimmerlight for now, but I'm just gonna put it on the fear. If we get another turn, I think we kill them. We at least force a chump. No, not the trample haster. Oh, what an ending. Well, still think this means great things for our deck generally, but the Wicker folks just went so hard. Oh, what a frustrating draw. Tragic loss in the end. Betrayer's Bargain, you were literally 1 turn too late. Sitting on top of my deck. God, yeah. The Chainsaw lethal counterstrike, even without the Tunnel of Hate, and we would have had the mana to activate a Tunnel of Hate and equip a Chainsaw. Rough. Alright, here we are for game 5. No black source is quite detrimental, especially on the play. No extra draw step to try to find it. 1 black source, we get to do really fun stuff. We've got our Lookout. We have a Glimmerlight to put on a Stick Twister. I shouldn't keep this hand. Kind of in the mood to. No, we just have to mulligan, play it safe. Hey, look, we still get to do our fun stuff. Still got the Lookout with the perfect mana for it. I don't have anything to sack right now. As soon as I find something that lets me sack, though, I can sacrifice Nowhere to Run and then replay it with the Lookout. That is super, super gross. And wrong enough here that I'm not going to play the Lookout into early removal. I'm going to play the Lookout the same turn I replay a Nowhere to Run. Okay, so here we do that so we can play Mirth next turn, even though that can come back later. Just realized I played the wrong lands. So just played black-red since I wasn't going to play Lookout that turn anyway. Black source, black source. Black source would have been sick, but this works too. Final Vengeance, the long neck. You know what? The turn I play Lookout, I'm playing 2 enchantments in 1 turn. And Phantom actually hits hard at that point. Fear of Ridicule. Gross. That immediately gives them a 1/1 for my deck. Oh, wow. And they hit Innocuous Rat, which is already a 1/1. The literal best possible Fear of Ridicule there. Well, that's pretty frustrating. But this does not have any Graveyard Recursion slapped onto its own abilities, so I can Lookout and Nowhere to Run it, or I can just Chainsaw it here. Chainsaw it so I get maximum chainsaw value over the course of this game. Chainsaw and Glimmerlight for the turn. Alright, so they did some pretty nasty stuff with their Fear of Ridicule rare, but we are set up to do nasty stuff with Lookout later. So we can swing things back in our favor. The Fulgund, they've got their own mirth. Enduring Tenacity. Alright, well, I'll exile that since it can do stuff in the graveyard, but I really don't need to. I guess I don't have enough black mana to Lookout and Final Vengeance. And nowhere to run. I do feel like I should Final Vengeance over Nowhere to Run, though, because they have at least 2 life gain on board, and I'm at 10 life here, so it's kind of a good ability on their board. Yes, I could play Lookout and not replay anything from Grave. Instead, I can just equip a Glimmerlight and equip a Chainsaw. I just need 2 toughness blockers. Let's just Glimmerlight up a blocker and Chainsaw the attacker here. Chainsaw Phantom is pretty sick as well. Makes its death trigger incredible. Once during each of your turns. So even though Nowhere to Run has Flash, I can't play it with Flash from my grave. Alright, board is clear. Chainsaw gets bigger. I'm just going to sprint out a 3-3. Sprint out a 3-3. Play a 4-4, sure. Betrayer's Bargain. So, Nowhere to Run a 3-3. 1 mana up. Multiple blockers here. Yeah, this is just worth it. Getting the multiple blockers. Oh yeah, it also makes Phantom just wild. Oh my god. 10 to their face and kill the survivor? Or just 10 to their face, that's still pretty good. Glimmerlight up a blocker. Cool. Missed out on 1 point of damage by not putting Glimmerlight on that, but this way I'm a little safer. Boom! There's their own Nowhere to Run, definitely on Lookout. Yep. Oh, right, even when they kill our cards, they can recast the Sprinter. Yeah, that thing is nasty. If they don't have another black source in hand, it's gone now, though. Well, okay, just trade into Wicker Folk instead. Alright, now we can exile the Sprinter, which is a big deal. Yep. No more coming back. And it's going to be Welcome to the Darkness, surprise kill, as the game plan. Flash in a creature during their end step and then throw a chainsaw on it. Have a chainsawed up flying demon out of nowhere. The plan is in place. Please do not play another reach blocker post-combat. I will be so sad. But we're going to draw enough cards off of Welcome to the Darkness here that we will likely draw into removal. Oh my god, you just haste everybody? Oh my god, man. I thought my mythic was good here. That's just dead, isn't it? Well, that's exactly 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's dead. Because I can welcome to the darkness, but then I'm at 5 life and I die. I block one of them and take 7. That's exact lethal. Oh my god, they'll never know how close to dead they were. We could have welcomed the darkness into the kill here. I guess I have instant speed removal in this deck still. I could hit a Scorching Dragonfire for 1 and a red. But then I go to 3 life by doing this and I still die. Literally no possible way to not die. I can take 10. I can go to 5, block 1 and die. I can go to 3, block 1, maybe kill 1 and then still die. Ah, these last losses. These 2 losses have just been exactsies rough. God dang it. Alright, well, whatever. We'll show them the thing. At least then they'll know that they didn't have that exact card. They would have been dead. Yeah, that way we can let them know how close they were. Frustrating. Close games. These have been some good games of Magic here. This deck was just a razor-thin margin from being 5-0 right now, but 3-2 it is, heading into game number 6. Man, it would be each loss to the freaking Scarecrow, too. My worst nemesis is this stupid trample Scarecrow thing. Alright, if we play against anything except the Scarecrow, we're undefeated. We can't beat that card, though. Wicker Folk will ruin my soul. I'm keeping this hand because any land in the whole deck gets us to double Ticket Booth. So we have 3 castable spells in the opener, and these 3 spells buy us enough time just going for blocks and removal and stuff to get us to the black sources. Just shut that off while they're tapped out, so they don't get to do the sick graveyard synergy. In blue-black, the synergy is you use the loner to put the 2/2 enchantment creature that keeps coming back from your grave into your grave. How is this 2 games now where I've hit both planes before one of my main colors? It's embarrassing. I think last time it was that we hit both the planes before a mountain, though, so at least it was a different, like a different land each time. Okay, Meat Locker the face down. We're taking 2 damage a turn, so we've got time still to find our black source. Still chilling. Probably have to save bargain for anything that hits us for more than 1 damage a turn. I hate the weird room audio glitch where it keeps making the unlock sound anytime any phase passes. Like that. Alright, there we go. Jesus Christ, shut up, Ticket Booth. I'm not unlocking you right now. Just sitting there with a bunch of counter spells and a 1/4. Probably just going to bargain the 1/4 at this point. But now we've got an active Stick Twister. So now they could have the counter unless we pay 2 specifically. And that's it. They've got 1 and a blue up. So if I sack a ticket booth, this is guaranteed to resolve. But then I have less fuel to sack later. I don't really need this to resolve. I just need my Stick Twister to resolve. And I would be losing some of my sacrificial fodder for cards that need it to be cast in the first place. So yeah, I'm just going to hard cast this. If they've got the counter for 2, they got the counter for 2. We can get out of the way to make Welcome to the Darkness better. Okay, they do not have the counter. Or they just don't want to use it there. Alright, Stick Twister with full Delirium looks pretty good. I'll play it main phase 2 though. So if they have instant speed removal, they might want to kill my face down instead. Nice, good little life drain there. Dashing Bloodsucker, well that's a final vengeance target for sure. Vengeance and Infernal Phantom for the turn. Both got some mana issues here. They've been stuck off their 5th land for some time. We're still on the single swamp here that took us a while to get to. Unable to scream on the Stick Twister. Go ahead and stop that ability, get a Surveil. Keep it on top, that's probably land 5. Oh, no, they found land 5 this turn. Come back wrong. They get the Phantom on our board. And then that's going to let them sack it. The literal perfect removal spell. The best removal spell in the whole set at killing Infernal Phantom. Well, that's frustrating. Gets to kill 2 of our creatures. If we hit a land, I'm probably just going to try to Welcome to Darkness, Tunnel of Hate. Oops, I win. If I don't hit a land, then I'm replaying a Ticket Booth as a 2/1. Because Lookout's a good draw here too. Alright, exile the Lookout and now they get a copy. Okay, at least their deck isn't built around it, so they don't have anything in their grave they can use it on right now. But they could Surveil into a room now. If they mill a room with the Surveil, then that's going to let the Lookout go crazy. Nowhere to Run. Can play Nowhere to Run and Derelict Attic. It's probably the play. Oh, I can't play both. I still don't have double black somehow. I lied. Still the play. Oh, Mischievous Lookout lets them... No, it doesn't let them play Unable to Scream. That's an aura. Lookout's just non-auras. Alright, so draw 3, discard 1. If they discard a non-creature, non-aura. So if they discard a room, they can replay it off Lookout. They do discard a room and have the perfect mana. It's a 1 mana 2/1 bounce something. Pretty frustrating to die to my own rare here. And then it's the trade for the ticket booth. They can't replay it again because it's a creature now. Now they've got a full grip for potential counters. But at this rate, they're never going to be tapped out of countering something, so I'm just going to try to get the demon. Fear of Infinity, Lifelinker, can't block. 4 mana, show me the counterspell or die, please. Removal spell will also win the game here. I really don't have another line. That was a lot of thinking. So I feel like they're pretty much guaranteed to have the removal here, in which case it's safer to just hit for 5 than it is to go for the double strike. If I go for the double strike, I'm tapped out of doing other plays right now. So we just attack, force the removal. They don't play the removal. Okay. Well, we can still get a 2-turn kill here. No instance. Equip a chainsaw. They had Glimmer Burst. Dang, so we might have just been able to get lethal. They may not have had the removal. Yeah, I mean, I guess since they weren't gonna, like, kill me on the crackback if I tapped out for the tunnel, might have been better to just go for it and hope for the best. But they are dead to any of my 3 creatures getting in now. Because I can even make Stick Twister 2 power to kill them. So, now we're just going to try to kill as many blockers as possible. Get 1 2 power creature in. Okay. Bounce the demon, that's horrible. Fear of Infinity doesn't matter. Unless they survive. And the fact that it was bounced so it didn't make Chainsaw any bigger is also rough. Because making Chainsaw bigger is relevant here to actually make all of these 2 power. I need Chainsaw to be +2/+0 in order for Stick Twister to be threatening lethal. Okay, we can make them discard 2 and kill the 1/1 now. Seems like a decent way to do this. Oh yeah, and this also kills them if they don't counter it, so yeah, just do it. Okay, it just kills them. Cool. Alright, so would have actually been better to just Tunnel of Hate there immediately. I mean, but they had such a full grip because they just played the draw 3 discard one. I was really nervous about me just tapping out, mana sinking all into this, attempting to get lethal, and then them just having the response there, so all our mana does nothing, and they start gaining life on the crackback with the Fear of Infinity. Obviously would have played much better to do it the other way around, but I think that it was reasonable to try to play it a little safer there, because we're still in a good position if we just hit them for 5 and then get a slower win like we did here. So yeah, it still played perfectly fine. But if I knew exactly what was going on in their hand and I knew they didn't have instant speed removal, then clearly the play is to go for the double strike. I think there's an argument either way. Because again, even if they did have the instant speed removal, our worst case scenario there was them cracking back for like 2, would be at 3, then they'd be at like 9 because they gained the 2. Which isn't good. Then it would be considerably harder to kill them on the crackback. But would have been playable. Interesting end turns there, but certainly wouldn't call it a punt. Just different lines all factoring in how risky it would be for them to have removal there. I don't know. We are 4-2 now, though. We are guaranteed a positive record out of this deck, which is sweet. This deck's been a really fun one. The mouse coming in hot and adding some variety to the deck has been cool. And the mythic rare demon thing has actually just been consistently great. The only time it didn't work was when we were 1 life off from getting the kill with it. So I think even then it looked like a good card. And that was just a rough game against all the scare folks, so hopefully no more scarecrow wicker folk tramply nonsense. That is the one needle in our foot here. The thorn in our side. All right. No red source, 3 red spells. The mana base has been rough. This is also horrible. I'm not mulliganing to 5, I just straight up refuse. Ditch a ticket booth, I suppose, and be on full removal. Guess without a ticket booth, there's nothing to sack to the Vengeance. I just ditch the bargain. If I hit a red source, I can play a ticket booth, in which case I can use Vengeance. If I don't hit a red source, I guess I'm doomed if I don't hit a red source anyway, so the 3rd swamp is just redundant. We just ditch that. Alright. Tragic openers here. But we find the red source and all is okay. Playing against another black deck. Black-green. Very cute lands over there. Alright, ticket booth, trade into the watchdog for the turn. And then removal the next card, removal the next card. Hopefully have 6 or 7 mana, play a welcome. That is the course of the game. Disturbing Mirth will certainly help us get to the 6 or 7 mana by drawing some extra cards and giving us another blocker. Lifelinking Delirium card is pretty good, but we're on the back foot here. We're the slower deck. We just want to prolong the game. Cultist is a good card to exile. Also, free kill with Fear of Lost Teeth. All exile-based removal here. I'm more partial to Final Vengeance or just fear it for now. I think I'm going to fear it for now. That just feels super reasonable. Missed my land. So no land drop turn 4. That's pretty bad. Alright, 3 out of 4 Delirium. Pick up the 3-1 probably. Unless they milled somebody better. I'll pick up a Swamp. Alright. Manifest Dread. Land for turn, please. Alright, there it is. Okay, Arena, we can't be missing land drops, so let's... I guess I can Attic next turn and play a land off of it. I should just keep all my removal up here. -3/-3, the 2/2 before it can flip up and still have a bargain up for another threat. Okay, that card's a swamp anyway. Okay, kill that before it gets a survival trigger, which is why we love instant speed removal. Ooh, white source would go crazy. Not a white source, but Attic could find one. It won't find one in time anyway, because then if I like flipped it up, I wouldn't even be playing anything with it, but could find one to play next turn. Alright, so we're going to play that next turn for sure. But for now, we got a perfect duel, so we'll play that. Commune with evil, you got it. Ooh, let's play a game for all three? Well, so much for flipping up the mouse right now then. With 3 cards in their hand and they didn't play a land this turn, I think. The discard 2 is going to go huge. Yeah. Discard a murder and an amalgam. Alright, well, show me another amalgam, I guess. I'll play the white source so I can flip this up in their end step and have all my mana untapped next turn. Gross. Okay, that's pretty good, but can kill it all, I think. And I can certainly exile the survivor. Okay. Mirth, sack nowhere to run. Draw 2. Now I've got a nowhere to run in the graveyard to play. Oh, what I could have done here, actually, now that I think of it, was Final Vengeance the survivor first, sacking nowhere to run to play nowhere to run on the swamp. That would have been better. I was not smart enough to see the wombo. Okay, I don't really care about Widow's Walk, but Tunnel of Hate is actually good, so I will sack the black room here. Cool. If Lookout sticks around another turn, they are in for a world of hurt. Alright, so they do have to throw removal at it. They're down to 1 card in hand. And it's a Swarm Weaver. Pretty good one to have. Pretty good one to have. So now they just have a cultist here. I can wait on Welcome to Darkness. We can do it next turn. It's going to be phenomenal here either way. Cultist is back. Basically every point of damage they deal to me right now is irrelevant because I'm about to shoot myself and go way lower. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get a 7/7, draw 7. Go to 7. And if I draw any removal, I kill their 1 flyer and then kill them. Yeah, this card's the truth. There's a risk, but it's so worth it. Another reach creature. I need to draw 2 removal spells. Well, 7 cards deep. That is super possible. That was 8, not 7. I'm so used to X starting at 0, so I keep over-clicking by 1. That is well over 2 removal spells. Boop. Boop. Gotta keep the Tunnel of Hate here for the lethal flying hit. 14. Ka-ching. That is now 5-2 on this run. Very positive record and in the money no matter where things go from here. Certainly could have played this game out a little better. The main point here was just being a little smarter with the Mischievous Lookout. We could have had the Swamp and the... oh, it's in exile. And the Rootwise Survivor killed that 1 turn much earlier. And then we would have been just chipping in for more damage throughout the course of this game. It would have been a little better. But still get there in the end. The deck is still super, super powerful. And we're 5-2. Alright, wonderful hand here for game number 8. Got the important colors of mana, and whenever we hit the white source, Lookout is going to have so much to eat in our graveyard. Little rat friend's going to be eating good. Cartographer on the play. Turn 2. I love the survival mechanic. So they are going to guarantee to draw some cards here. Off that thing. Maybe not. Alright. But I am going to have to trade my Stick Twister, which is tragic. Zamone! Really needed a land there. So I could play and sack the Fear of Lost Teeth. Guess I still just play it here and pass. And then I can trump the 3/3 and kill Zamone. It makes things a little awkward for them. They have to like meat locker our Fear of Lost Teeth or something. Alright, upgrade the 3/3 to a 5/5 thanks to their mana ramp spell. Tragic. If I didn't miss a land drop here, then Zamone would be dead and they wouldn't be getting the 5/5 upgrade. So that's brutal. But now we can bargain and kill the 5/5 and the Zamone. And that seems like the play. They get to play another 5/5 I'm going to have to deal with, but... we'll deal with that when it comes to it. If I could do that in a way where Zamone would be getting exiled, I absolutely would. Because there is some good green graveyard recursion, like Say Its Name and the uncommon thing. But it is what it is. God, I'm getting max punished for this missed land drop. Because if we didn't miss the land drop, we would have been mirthing away the fear to kill Zimone, and then I'd have the instant speed removal for Survivor there. This is really bad. At least Phantom can threaten to trade into Survivor here. Well, here comes a trick. But if I don't block, they don't have to spend any mana on any combat tricks or anything, so they can just dump a creature out for 5. And they didn't have a trick, surprisingly. Double Analyst? Okay, the second one doesn't actually do anything, but this does make sure that I can't stop the Analysts from doing the Analyst thing. Yeah, they don't like draw 2 cards off of their manifests, they still just draw the 1. Guess I'm just on Rat, Exile, and Island here. Still going for mana efficiency, that way I could go 5 mana, I can play Mirth and Ticket Booth once I actually have things to sack, such as a Rat. Get a 5/5 draw a card for the turn, get a 5/5 draw a card it is. I guess I could have killed the island while they were tapped out so they wouldn't have the 6 for this, but they could just as easily have just drawn a basic land, and then it's like I kill the island, they just play a land and use the weight room anyway. Kind of feel like I'm gonna fight my way through the Analysts here and try to get rid of both of them. Just need to draw one more removal spell. Okay. I can Ticket Booth Mirth, or I can Mirth first so I can play whatever I draw into. Feels worth it. Draws are not particularly good. I guess the keys to the house is reasonable. That's the white source for Lookout, which is helpful. Yep, there's still one more planes in the deck. I actually don't have anything in my graveyard for the Lookout right now. I need to sack a Mirth or a Ticket Booth before the Rat even does anything here. Well, no, it can replay the keys to the house, but that's not... I mean, I'm just going to get a 2/1 out of it. Okay, Cartographer's pretty bad right now. Happy to see that draw this late. Well, I guess it's the best I got here. I'm gonna counter keys to the house. Well, it's late enough in the game we can't play around a counter spell. Even if I just cast these 2 spells to try to buy the counter spell out here, they probably just don't counter them and they still counter Lookout next turn because they're going to have the mana up. That massively long wait, though, does make me think they have a counter spell. I guess what we could do here, since I'm making the board just as big either way, is since I can just do the Rat Glimmerlight thing, we can consider that if they have a counter spell, one of the common counters is like counter spell or manifest dread. And Manifest Dread with an Analyst on board is strong enough, they might just Manifest Dread during the end step here and then not have the counterspell for Lookout next turn. Yeah, so like I think they're just going to Manifest Dread if I just go for these weak plays. And then we can get Lookout next turn. Still dying to a 5/5, but then we can start trying to get Lookout cooking something up. Sick. Yeah, it is that counterspell. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, that is still really bad for me because Analyst is insane. So they get the 2/2 and the removal spell. Emergence. Now my blocks are real bad. Take 8, go to 3. Maybe we top deck the Mythic or something. But this game looks super over. I mean, they started the game with an incredible rare, and we started the game with some missed land drops. Kind of just set us up for failure real quick. Finally kill the Analyst, but at this point I gotta kill the biggest attacker I can kill, which is Inspector. Bounce. Double block trade. Should putting this on the keys, I think. Because if they have literally nothing, then our best play is double block the 5/5 and bounce off the 1/3. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the funniest way to end it. Just target creature can't be blocked. Yeah, that game just felt like our game to lose there. As we said, like a turn or two ago, it was just turn 3 great rare versus stumbling on lands early. Great start versus awkward start, and that's what's going to happen. Still really like this deck. I'm super happy with the deck that we came up with out of the draft pod. It's nice, control-y, really grindy Rakdos build. It is, in theory, a little bit light on like finishers and stuff here. Not having a lot of high mana value plays, but I think it really makes up for that with a lot of card drawn, a ton of removal. It still grinds out the victories super well, just off of some random manifested creatures, like with these ticket booths and stuff. And of course, the Welcome to Darkness is a sweet finisher. So I genuinely think this deck is very good and doesn't really have any issues. I think the lack of top end isn't much of a problem when we can easily have games like we had today where we just end up drawing so many cards and killing so many cards that we just finish things off with a few manifested 2/2s while we wipe their whole board. I think the game plan was super solid. It played out pretty much exactly how I wanted it to. And yeah, super, super happy with the deck. And we even got to do some really fun, really goofy alchemy stuff with the Mischievous Lookout. I think the losses were really just gameplay decisions and variance-based losses. I don't think that we could have drafted much of a better deck, and we certainly couldn't have drafted much of a funner deck. This one was an absolute banger. So pretty happy with the draft run, even if we don't get another trophy this time around. But that is going to end today's video. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons and YouTube members for their support, as well as you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it and are interested in seeing some more, you can always like, comment, and subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm to send you some more in a recommended feed. If you'd like to catch me live, you can check out the Twitch channel in the link in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can check out the Patreon link in the description below. But other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Magic Arena.